Hey folks, let me turn some light on. Chuck here. This is a video response to Snow 3585. I'm just going to call you Snow. I've watched all your videos. I'm very interested in not only Islam, but all religions, learning about them, finding out how they operate, and whatever. And I'm responding to a video that you made called Islam Has Better Free Speech Than the West. Now, in my limited knowledge, I have to say that Islam does not have better, and you put that in capital letters, free speech than the West. And quite frankly, Snow, and I'm not going on the attack, I'm discussing this, and I hope you realize that. If you watched your own video, it proves what I am about to say. You said in your video, well, you know, free speech should be, I'm not going to quote you, but I can't quote you right now, but free speech is delegated by morality, is also delegated by insulting other people, and in some ways sort of says, well, there's free speech, however, if you insult someone else, or if you morally say something wrong, you shouldn't be able to say that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. My view of free speech is you can say anything that you want, whether it is morally wrong, whether it insults other people. That is the definition of free speech. To sort of say, hey, the boundary is you have free speech, but you can't insult someone else, for instance, is, to me, a Westerner, ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Or if I insult Islam, or I insult Christianity, or I insult atheists, or I insult Buddhists, if it's morally wrong, I shouldn't say it. If I don't have something good to say about someone, then I shouldn't say anything. I agree with you in that, personally, if I don't have something good to say, I normally do not say it. But in this case, I disagree with you 100%. I think you're missing the point of what real free speech is. Free speech is that I can say, for instance, if I were a neo-Nazi, I'm a neo-Nazi, and I think Jews should die. No, I think that's horrible. I would never say that. But if I wanted to, that is free speech. Now, you brought up in your video about a point about, well, you know, if you bring up that the Holocaust never happened, then you'd be put in jail. I don't know where you get your information from. That's just not true. I can say anything about the Holocaust I want to. Now, granted, in Germany, now I think you live in England, if I'm not mistaken, but in Germany, yes, there are laws against neo-Nazi propaganda, neo-Nazi literature. However, I personally do not agree with the banning of that literature or idea or the expression of that idea. In that case, they make themselves look like fools. I hope you're getting my point here. Free speech is free speech. It's not free speech with conditions. It's not free speech, but don't talk about this. And if you do, it doesn't mean the parties that are being insulted or morally insulted have a right to do something else. Now that brings me to my next point. You mentioned in your video Denmark and the Netherlands specifically. Now, I live in the Netherlands. I'm an American living in the Netherlands. And this is now my home. I've been here for 10 years. And but besides that, I'm guessing that your comment about Denmark was the cartoon, the famous cartoon that insulted you or Islam, or that morally insulted you or Islam. And almost in your saying that, it implies that a death threat to anyone to do with those cartoons is righteous. Now, I don't know if that's true, and I would like a response from you to verify how you actually feel about that. And I think you probably mentioned the Netherlands, and I'm only guessing because of Theo van Gogh, that was murdered, 2 years ago or so. He was an outspoken opponent of Islam, and he was murdered, gunned down on the streets for his beliefs. And in some way, your mentioning that validates his murder. And if that isn't, if I'm missing the point here, or if I'm missing your innuendo, please tell me that I am wrong. And I would like to know what you truly meant about mentioning Denmark and the Netherlands. Well, Snow, this is my first video response to you, and I'm honestly interested to learn about Islam. However, if you're an Islamic believer in true non-free speech and in true those who talk about Islam incorrectly, according to you, deserve what they get, I would like to know what you have to say about that. I would like to know your true feelings on jihad to do with Islam and with free speech. Not to do with this video, but your real beliefs on free speech. Okay? This is Chuck, signing off.